Hi team, Coach Hannah here from the Fitness Alchemists, bringing you a little movement workout routine that you can do in your home, coming to you live from my living room. We're in Northern California where the smoke from the Paradise fires or the campfires is really creating a toxic air situation. And the warning is don't do strenuous activity. It's actually really helpful to get your muscles contracting and relaxing so that you can help out your lymphatic system, which is the system that's responsible for pumping toxins out of your body. So this workout is designed to do exactly that. You don't need any equipment. It'll take, 20-ish, 30-ish minutes to do. Although you can certainly do more rounds of the circuit that we're going to do at the end if you want a little bit more workout stimulus. The other thing that I want to put out there is when you're limited from doing what you thought you were going to do, be it by weather conditions or a sudden injury, it's a really good moment to take stock of what you can do and use it as an opportunity to focus on something that you would normally skip. Right? We all know there are those things that we should be doing more of, but we're like, yeah, I'm gonna do the fun thing instead. So in light of that, my regulars will know what this means. We're gonna be doing all of the CARs, all of the controlled articular rotations, starting from the top, moving our way all the way down to the toes. You can do this standing. I'm gonna do it from tall kneeling, because if I stand up, the camera cuts off my head. So know that if your knees aren't groovy with being in this kind of a kneeling position, you can just stand up for this first one. All right, here we go. Controlled articular rotations, starting with the neck. So you're gonna stand or tall kneel, make your hands into fists, reach your knuckles towards the floor, take a deep breath in, pack some air down into the abdominals, solidifying like a plank, and then only moving the neck. You're gonna tuck your chin towards your chest, rotate to look at your left shoulder, tip your left ear back over your left shoulder, trace a rainbow across the ceiling, leading with your chin over to that opposite shoulder, tuck in and come down. When you reach that center point, rewind, look over towards your right shoulder, tip your ear back, extend, laterally flex, and round. Continue alternating directions and feed in the idea that you could elongate your neck, grow your neck, much like a turtle coming out of its shell as you go through these slow, smooth circles. And of course, you're looking to avoid any pain or pinch points. You're gonna make your circle just a little bit smaller to avoid those if you find them. All right, give that a rest. Moving on to the shoulder blades or scapula. You're gonna bring your arms out in a V, slightly wider than your shoulders. Squeeze your fists, turn on your triceps. Make sure you still got that strong plank tension through your midsection, through your legs, through your glutes. Only moving the shoulder blades, bring them in towards the spine, up towards the ears, wide across your back, down towards your back pockets. There you go. Again, in, up, wide, down. One more time. In, up, wide, down. Reverse. Wide, up, in, down. Again, wide, away from your spine. Up, in, down. Keep those elbows straight. Wide, up, abs are still on, in, down. I think that's 3. You know me and counting, so. All right, from here, we're gonna put together those two ideas of our neck car and our scapular car to help relieve any neck tension, which can happen when you're breathing poor quality air. So what I'd like you to do is start your neck car, and then when you feel a line of tension, like I have one right here, you're gonna pause. Don't do it yet, I'll talk you through it. You're gonna fix your gaze on something where you're looking so that you stay in that line of tension, and then you're gonna do your best to do a scapular car, that shoulder blade circle that we just did, on the shoulder blade that's attached to that line of tension. You can do about 3 in each direction. So you choose where to pause. Could be here, here, anywhere along that neck car. Ready? Tuck your chin, rotate, Find that line of tension, wherever it is for you. Once you've got something to work with, camp out. Keep your gaze fixed at what they're looking at and start moving one or both shoulder blades, whatever feels like it's attached to the opposite line of that tension, in a slow, smooth circle. 1. Breathing in there somewhere. 2. One more time this direction. 3. I'm doing both shoulder blades because I can feel that line of tension connecting to both sides. Good. Reinvest in making sure you're still looking at what you're looking at. Maybe you can bow the stretch a little bit more, tucking your chin a little further in the direction that you're going. Reverse. Up, in, down, wide. 2 more times. Up. Keep looking at what you're looking at. In, down, wide. Make sure you still feel your line of tension in your neck. Up, in, down, wide. Good. Continue your neck carve. You're going to look for a second line of tension on the opposite side. And again, one side is not quite like the other. So over here, I've got a little bit of a different angle that I need to work on. You might find that's true as well, or it might be the same for you. Fix your gaze on what you're looking at. Camp out in that line of tension and start moving the shoulder blades. In, up, wide, down. 2 more times. In, ooh, this one's spicy. Up, wide, down. Abs are still doing a little bit of a plank to keep you steady. Last time. In, up, wide, down. We reverse. Make sure you're still actively feeling your line of tension, that stretch in your neck. Up, in, down, woof, wide. So exciting. Up, in, down, wide. Uno más. Up, in, down, and wide. And then just finish that neck car around. All right, so hopefully that helped to loosen up those neck muscles a little bit. We're gonna move on to our upper spine, which is that section between your navel and your collarbones. If you are kneeling, I invite you to come into a half kneeling position. If you're standing, just keep your feet underneath your hips. That's totally fine. Half kneeling, folks, we're gonna rotate towards that front knee. So you're gonna cross your arms over your chest. Take a breath in, pinch the floor together. If you're standing, just think about solidifying your legs, squeezing your calves, your thighs, your butt up to your belly button. Nothing's moving from the belly button down. And then tuck your chin and round your upper back, like you're hiding your t-shirt logo. Rotate that t-shirt logo towards your front leg. That was a funny way to say towards. Side crunch towards your front leg. Again, if you're standing, just pick a side. Extend and rotate towards that down leg. Side crunch and round to come home. Come up for air. We're gonna do that one more time. Pinch the floor together, solidify up to the belly button. Nothing moves from there down. Round the upper back. Rotate towards your front leg, or the same side you did last time. Side crunch. Extend, rotate towards your down leg. Try to make sure your belt buckle doesn't follow this rotation, just your t-shirt logo. Side crunch, and round, and up you come. Good. If you are half kneeling, you're gonna switch which leg is in front. If you're standing, just take a little moment to relax your legs so you can re-engage them. Engage the legs from the bottom up. Feet pushing into the floor, calves, thighs, glutes, pulling that tension up to your belly button. If you're half kneeling, you're gonna add this little bonus of pinching the floor together to help tension your lower body. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck your chin and round your upper back, trying to open up the back of your ribs. Rotate towards your front leg, or to whatever side you didn't just do. Side crunch. Extend. Feel like you're growing your spine a little bit from each segment. Keep all of that tallness you just created. Twist your t-shirt logo to the opposite side. Side crunch, that same side. And round to come to center. Come up for air. Reinvest in your lower body. Tension, nothing's moving below your belly button. Last time, same. Round. Rotate towards that front leg. Just t-shirt logo, not belt buckle. Side crunch. Extend. Grow tall through your spine. Keep all that tallness you just made and rotate with it. Turn your t-shirt logo. Belt buckle stays looking at me. Side crunch. And round. Good. Let that go. Okay. So I'm going to come down a little bit more for this one. You can stay standing or tall kneeling or pick a comfortable base position. Probably standing is best if you're unsure. We're going to go into our glenohumeral cars, the shoulder joint. So I want to use one hand to monitor my ribs. My other hand is going to make a strong fist, and I'm going to work to keep this elbow straight. You're going to take that arm up as close to your ear as you can, making sure those ribs don't pop out. Keep them tucked in. When you reach your roadblock, pause. Turn your elbow pit and your armpit away from your face, internal rotation. And then explore the idea of reaching behind you. As you go behind you, keep winding up internal rotation. More, more, more. All the way down until you reach the hip. Watch faces facing the outer hip. And then we rewind. Take your arms straight back. When you feel that roadblock, shoulder says no more. Pause, unwind your rotation, and come all the way back around the top. We want to move with slow, controlled motion. That ensures that we're using muscle and not momentum. The whole point here is to engage our muscle tissues, contract and relax, to help pump that lymphatic system. Rep number 2. Keep the ribs packed down. Raise that straight arm as high as you can. Internally rotate, armpit, elbow pit, turning away from the face. Start reaching behind you. Winding up more internal rotation, more internal rotation, more internal rotation. As you come down the back side, rewind. Take that arm straight back, as far behind you as you comfortably can, pain pinch free. When you hit that roadblock, unwind and come all the way back around to the front. Good. This one's a good one. So we're going to do one more. This time, I want you to imagine that the air has been replaced with wet cement. So you're going to have to use more muscular tension to push that wet cement out of the way and make your rep happen. It will definitely slow you down as well. Try your best to keep pace with me. Internally rotating when you hit that roadblock. Reaching behind. Slow and controlled. It's important that you're exploring your range of motion when we do cars, and that you're not just trying to do an impression of what you see the instructor doing. So when I ask you to feel for that roadblock, you're feeling for your roadblock. You might hit it sooner than I do or later than I do. Many of my clients have more range of motion than I do because we're all made a little bit differently, and that's cool. All right, other side, same idea. Deep breath in, pack some air down, knit those ribs. Make a fist, raise the arm as close to the ear as you can without discomfort. This side's different than the other side, so see what's going on over here. Internally rotate. Start reaching behind you, or at least explore the idea of reaching behind you, winding up more internal rotation all the way down. Once you arrive at the hip, rewind. Reach that thumb as far behind you as you can. Unwind when you hit your roadblock. And come all the way back to the front. Nice and smooth and slow. 2nd rep. Raise. Feeling for your limitation. There's mine. So I pause, I internally rotate, and then I start exploring this idea of reaching behind me. Only as far as I'm pain and pinch free. Keep reaching. You can also think of growing your knuckles away from your armpit so that whole arm might end up longer when you finish the rep than when you started. Reverse. Breathing in there somewhere. Can definitely feel that breathing is a little harder right now than it normally is, even in my house with my air filters going. Whew. Okay, last rep. A little more tension. The air has been replaced with wet cement. You're going to carve through that wet cement to make your shoulder carve happen. When you feel that resistance, pause, internally rotate. Explore the idea of reaching behind you, carving through. You're still working through wet cement back here. It doesn't disappear just because your arm is behind your body and you'd like to move faster. And then rewind. Take that arm straight back. When you hit your roadblock, unwind and come all the way back around to the front. Still carving through that wet cement, so it's still going slow. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna come up to tall kneeling for this one because my calves are falling asleep, so that's real. We're gonna do our elbows, the ones we usually skip, yes. So imagine you've got a stack of $100 bills in your armpits, mobster money, you're gonna hold on to that. You're going to, again, make that air wet cement, close your elbows, pushing the air out of the way. So it's not passive, it's active. When you can't squeeze your elbows closed anymore, rotate the palms to face me, and then open your elbows. You're still pushing that air out of the way, so it's slow. It takes muscle, energy, until you're all the way straight with your elbows, and you can feel your triceps engage. Keep your palms facing away from me. This time, pull your knuckles up to your shoulders. When you can't squeeze your elbows anymore, rotate, flip so the palms are facing you, supinated, and extend. Let's do one more of each. Keep the palms facing you, close the elbows, pronate, rotating at the top, and extend. Good, wrists, plug your elbows into your waist. So now you have mobster money in the armpit and between your elbow and your waistline. Hold on to that money. Look with your eyes, once you know what you're doing, look with your eyes at your forearms to make sure you're not rotating your forearms. We just want to move from that wrist joint. So you're going to tip the fingers down, keeping your hand nice and flat. Slice in towards your pinkies. Fold up towards your face. Now here's where the hand will want to cut. Keep it nice and flat. Out towards the thumbs and down to complete circle number one. I'm going to do another one just like this. In towards the pinkies. Fold up towards your face. Push out towards the thumbs. There's not a lot of range there for me. And down. Reverse. Out towards the thumbs. A little bit more. Up towards your face. In towards the pinkies. Keep holding on to that money. Down. One more like this. Out towards the thumbs. Up towards your face. In towards the pinkies. And down. All right, pretty much done with our upper body. We're gonna do our full spine, spinal segmentation. So you're gonna come onto your hands and knees. Hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips. If it's comfortable to do so, tuck your toes under. Oh, I'm still wearing my slippers. That's pretty funny. All right, from here, I'm gonna start at my tail and work my way up to my head. Tucking the tail under. Taking a slow, muscular inventory of my spine, vertebra by vertebra. And for my regulars, use this as an opportunity to notice what's different today from other days. I notice that I feel much more stiff in different places today than I normally do. Once you're round and your chin is tucked to your chest, flip your tail feathers up to the ceiling and start coming up your spine, slowly following that impulse, bringing you into full spinal extension or a sway back shape. Again, working to take that slow muscular inventory of your spine. Just making note, which parts are moving, which parts are not moving. We've all got some of both, yeah? Let's do this again. Muscular, tuck your tail under. Don't just let gravity do your work. Coming up slowly. Low back, middle back, up into the ribs, in between the shoulder blades. Finally through the top of the spine to the neck until the chin tucks in. And then send your tail feathers up to the ceiling. Belly button reaches towards the floor. Crawling up through your low back, middle back, upper back, in between the shoulder blades. Finally, head and neck. And pause here. Just ask if you can show off a little bit more of your collarbone real estate. Yeah. And then see how long you can show off that collarbone real estate while you tuck your tail under and start slowly climbing up your spine. Eventually the collarbones will have to disappear. I'm just trying to delay that a little bit. Getting round. This is our last time for round. And then keep looking in at your chest. Push into the floor and try to poof that space between your shoulder blades. See how long you can keep that shoulder blade space poofed as you lift your tail feathers to the ceiling and work your way through your spine. Whew. It's going to slow you down for sure. Eventually coming through the shoulder blades and back into full extension. Nice, okay. Give your wrists a little shake if you need it. I'm going to do hip cars from quadruped. My regulars, if you know you need a different base position, go for it. We're going to come back onto hands and knees. Keeping the back flat now, neither round nor arch. You're going to pinch your right heel in as close to your butt as you can and keep it there. Drive that right heel up to the ceiling and pause here. Imagine you've got a glass of water balanced on your low back, filled to the brim. You don't want to spill it. Push your leg out to the side. Don't spill that water. Rotate to show your inner thigh to the floor. Come around, knee towards armpit, and in, knees touch. Rewind. Bring your knee towards your armpit. Push that whole leg out to the side. Keep your water balanced. Internally rotate to show the sole of your foot to the ceiling. And up, up, up. Try to get your thigh bone behind your spine. Woo! Again. Drive that heel up to the ceiling. We're only doing 2 of these. Make them count. Out to the side. Show the inner thigh to the floor. Come around the corner, knee towards armpit. And finally, the knees touch. Elbows are straight. If they're not, fix them. Knee towards armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate, turning the sole of the foot to the ceiling, and up you go. All right, we're going to do our other leg. Take a little break for your wrists if you need it. Reestablish. Nice firm press into the ground, straight elbows. Deep breath in. Pack some air into the abdominals. Spine shape shall not change. Pinch your left heel in towards your butt. And then drive that heel up to the ceiling. Push your whole leg out to the side. Externally rotate, showing your inner thigh to the floor. Come around, pull your knee towards your armpit without letting your tail tuck under. Do your best. Finally, the knees touch. Rewind, knee towards armpit. Push your whole leg out to the side. Internally rotate. Drive your heel to the ceiling. And finally come down to where the knees touch. One more rep. Last one, best one. Heel towards the ceiling. Woo, shaky, shaky. Out to the side. Exploring the greater edges of your articular experience. Knee towards armpit. And finally the knees touch. Rewind. Knee towards armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate. Try to get your thigh bone higher than your spine. Woo. And back down. One side is not like the other. Okay, so moving down the chain, we're going to get into our knees. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can see my full leg here. So I'm going to do knees in 2 parts. We're going to do our loaded tibial rotations, and then we'll add flexion extension. So you're going to have a slight bend in your knee. You're going to dig your heel down into the floor and then try to drag a trench back towards your butt. Hands are going to just stabilize that thigh bone from wanting to wave side to side. From here, I'm going to try to rotate my shin bone relative to my thigh bone while keeping that dig into the floor. So I'm going to rotate laterally towards the outside of my body, and then I'm going to rotate medially towards the inside of my body, keeping that constant dig into the floor, dragging a trench back towards my butt. Little pop. Sometimes you'll get a bonus self-adjustment. Keep alternating sides. And now that you're pretty familiar with where your end range feels like it is, when you get there, pause and just dig a little harder. Oh, yeah, excitement. And then rotate towards the inside and dig a little harder right at that end range. One more each like this. Outside. Dig a little harder at that end range. Mark your territory. Inside. Dig a little harder at that end range. Good. Take your same side arm, scoop it under your thigh bone, and pull it in towards your chest. Hands clasp to keep your thigh bone pulled in tight towards you. as I straighten my leg, I don't want to let my thigh bone come away from me. I'm only going to straighten my knee as much as I can keep that thigh bone in right at my chest. So I'm going to wind up my internal rotation. So my tibia is wound in. Extend just to where I can, where I feel a stretch in my hamstring. Rotate at the top and pull down. No rotation at the bottom, just come right back up. Extend, rotate, pull down. Again, extend, rotate. As you come down, keep winding up more rotation. More, 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 until you're squeezing your forearm. Extend, rotate. Again, more rotation, wind it up, more, more. Even if you don't get the result, ask for it. One more time each way. Extend, rotate. Keep asking for more rotation all the way down to the forearm. Extend, breathing in there somewhere, rotate. Keep asking for more rotation all the way down. Grab onto your shin bone now. So I've got my hand on my bicep, hand on my shin bone. I'm going to keep my shins still as I move my ankle in the biggest circle that I can. So pull your toes towards your nose, push them out to the pinky toe side, down, pointing like the prettiest ballerina, towards the big toe side, and back up. One more time around. Using your hand here to monitor your shin bone. In an ideal world, no movement from the shin bone is happening. And then rewind. One more rep. Good. We're going to do that whole sequence on the other leg. Just making sure we're still recording. Okay, good. So, tibial loaded rotations. I'm going to dig my heel into the floor, drag back towards me. Hands stabilize the thigh for no movement. Rotate internal towards the midline of the body. External away from the midline of the body. Internal and external. Internal, when you feel like you've hit your end range, pause and just dig that trench a little harder. Put a little more tension in the system at your end range. And then external, same. Dig a little harder right at your end range to mark your territory. One more like that each way. Dig. And dig. Good. Take your same side arm, swoop it under your thigh. Pull that thigh in tight to your chest. Yeah, clasping my hands, pulling in close. I'm going to wind up my internal rotation, medial rotation of the tibia, and extend. Laterally rotate at the top, and pull down. Come back up, rotate at the top, pull down. No rotation at the bottom. Helps us alternate sides. Extend, rotate. Keep winding up more rotation all the way down. You can usually get more, the more flexed the knee is. Extend, rotate. Keep winding up more rotation as you pull down. I think we have one more to do to be even. Extend, rotate, pull down. Counting is not my strong suit, as you know. Extend, rotate, and pull down. Grab onto your bicep and your shin, monitoring that shin bone for no movement. Make your biggest, smoothest ankle circle. 2 in the first direction that you picked. And then we'll reverse. Emphasis on attempted smooth cadence. You may not get smooth cadence. There will be parts that go like chuk, 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 but you're going to attempt to be smooth. Those places where we're not able to be smooth, even when we're asking for smooth cadence, represent a spot that's not very well connected to our nervous system. And these rotations can really help with that over time. Again, none of this stuff is a quick fix, so I'm gonna stick with it. I think that's 2. We're gonna do toes today, and my head's gonna disappear from the frame, so bye. So you're gonna stand. You can see my feet, which is the main thing. We're gonna press all of our toes into the floor. You're gonna try to just lift your big toes and then put them down. We'll do that 4 times. Only lift the big toe and put them down. Make sure you're not rolling to the outsides of your feet to get the job done. Just lift the big toe and back down. One more time. Just lift the big toe and back down. Now, if it's not happening, no movement is being created, you still get stronger and you still get points just for asking the tissue to do the job. Plant your big toes, lift all of your smaller toes, and then put those back down. Keep the big toes planted, lift all of the smaller toes. 2 more, lift all of the smaller toes. 3, back down, lift all of the smaller toes. 4, back down. Okay, pick up all the toes. Big toe knuckle stays planted. Just tap the big toes down. Once, twice. It's okay if the other toes move a little bit. Thrice. And last time. Now for the smaller toes, we're going to keep the big toes lifted. You're going to fan those smaller toes out best you can. And then do your best to piano key through the toes, pinky to index. Do it again. Lift all toes up. Fan the small toes out. Really spread them out. And then pinky, ring, middle, index. Best you can, right? 2 more times. Lift up. Fan them out. Pinky, ring, middle, index. Lift up. Fan out. Piano key through the toes. All right. So we have now done all of our cars. Fantastic. Next up, we're going to do a little strength circuit. I'm going to take you through, where are we at for time? I'm going to take you through 1 round, and then if you want to rewind and do another round, you can, or you can just turn the video off and do 2 to 3 more rounds on your own, okay? So we're going to start with the kinetic squat, and again, I think my face is going to disappear, but you can see my body, which is the main thing. So I'm going to set my feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to gable my grip, so I make 2 mitts. I squeeze. From here, I'm going to pull myself slowly into a squat. Pull, 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 as deep as you feel comfortable to go and good in your joints, wherever that is for you. Pause at the bottom. Don't go anywhere, but press your feet down. Feel some muscles on the underside of your legs engage and use that to drive yourself out slowly. 5, 4, 3, pushing the floor away. 2, 1. That's when we're doing 5. Pull yourself in. Pull your knees up towards the ceiling. Pull your butt down towards the floor. Pull your toenails up towards your kneecaps. Pull the top of your head to the sky and push back out. 5, slow. 4, pushing the ground away. 3, 2, 1. That's 2. Pull yourself in. Pull, pull. Long spine. Pull, 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 and push. 5, push. 4, push. 3, push. 2, push. 1. Legs should be feeling pretty warm now. 2 more. Pull, down, pull, 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 and push. Push, 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 push. If you're done moving and I'm still saying pull, stay where you are and just work on keeping tension in your shape. Last rep. Pull, 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 and push. Push. 5, push. 4, pressing down with the feet. 3, pressing. 2, pressing. 1, all the way up. Nice. We're going to go into some scapular push-ups or full push-ups next. So you've got a couple different options here. I'm going to angle myself a little bit to deal with the furniture. So you're going to come onto your hands and your toes. Alternatively, hands and knees. If you're on the knees, the toes stay flat, yeah? From here, you're going to lower your chest towards the ground as far as feels good for you, and then press back up. And then we're going to do one, just the shoulder blades. So keep the elbows straight, slide the shoulder blades together and apart. Yeah, so that's the basic move. Now, plank your body, abs, glutes, thigh muscles, squeeze, calves squeeze, especially if you're on your toes. Full push-up, pull your chest towards the floor, push away. 1 scapular push-up, just the shoulder blades, elbows stay straight. Again, all the way down, Back up, just shoulder blades. 2 more, all the way down and up, just shoulder blades. You could do all your reps as just the shoulder blades if you need to. Last one, all the way down, back up, and apart. Nice. Give those wrists a little shake. We're gonna do those hip cars again. So we did them from quadruped. Again, if that's not great for you, you can do from side lying. Yeah, same idea. We're gonna do 2 per side. Deep breath in, pack air into the abdominals, pinch your heel towards your butt, drive your heel up to the ceiling, push your leg out to the side, externally rotate, and come around, knee towards armpit until the knees touch. Rewind, knee towards armpit, push out to the side, internally rotate, and come up towards the ceiling. Finally, the knees come down. Rewind, heel up towards the ceiling, out to the side, externally rotate, and around. Rewind, armpit, side, heel to the ceiling, and back down. Other side, give your wrists a little break if they need it. Reset, straight elbows. Pack air into the abdominals, pinch your left heel in towards your butt, and drive, heel towards the ceiling. Out to the side. Externally rotate, show your inner thigh to the floor, and pull your knee towards your armpit. Finally, coming back to touch knees, rewind, knee towards armpit, out to the side, internally rotate, and drive up. Finally, coming down to where the knees touch. Keep that space between your shoulder blades. Poofed, elbows straight. Last rep, up, out to the side. Externally rotate, and come around. Knees touch, rewind. Armpit, out to the side, internally rotate, up, and back down so the knees touch. Good. Let's do one more round together, and then if you want to do bonus rounds on your own, you can, but at least I'll feel good knowing that you did 2 solid rounds of your strength set. All right, headless squats. Here we go. Just kidding. Feet shoulder width. Gable that grip, or you can reach your arms out in front of you. If you've got a weight, you can add it in goblet position. We're going slow. Here we go. Abs on tight. Pull yourself in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't go anywhere, just push. Press your feet down, feel different muscles engage, and then start to slowly come out. Push 5, push 4, push 3, push 2, don't rush, push 1, butt is squeezed at the top. Back down, 5, pull 4, pull 3, pull 2, pull 1, press down, coming up 5, push 4, push 3, push 2, push 1. The harder you push and the slower you move, the more intense these will be. You'll feel like lifting a heavier weight. Pull 1, pull 2, pull 3, pull 4, pull 5. You might get deeper as you go through the reps. Push 5, push 4, push 3, push 2, push 1. Last one, I think. Pull 1, pull 2, pull 3, pull 4, pull 5, push 5, push 4, push 3, push 2, push 1. All right, coming down for those push-ups. Again, you can be full out from the toes, or you can just tap your knees down, rest your toes flat, which is what I'm doing today because my big toe has been bugging me lately. I'm working on it. Okay, 1 regular push-up, 1 scat push-up. Squeeze your glutes, brace your abs. 1 push-up, 1 scat push-up, just the shoulder blades together and apart. That's 1. We're going for 5, 2, Breathing in there somewhere. 3. 4. Have a long neck. Make sure you maintain separation of church and state between the neck and shoulders. And 5. Scat push-up. Good. Give those wrists a little break. I don't know why I'm doing this, like a dog pedal wrist break. That's what occurs to me on this day. All right, last set of hip curls. Or maybe you'll do a bonus round after this. Deep breath in. Pack air into the abdominals. Pinch your right heel into your butt. Drive your heel up to the ceiling. Out to the side. Externally rotate. Come around towards the armpit. Finally, the knees touch. Rewind. Knee towards armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate. And come up. Finally, the knees come down to touch. Second rep, best rep. Heel to the ceiling. Out to the side. Externally rotate. Bring the knee towards the armpit. Finally, the knees touch. Rewind. Knee towards armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate. Get that thigh bone past the spine, up towards the ceiling if you can, and back down. All right, we've got our other side to do. Give your wrists a moment. And you can do that side lying position if you need to. And here we go, left side. Deep breath in. Pack air into the abdominals. Pinch your left heel in towards your butt. Drive that left heel up towards the ceiling as high as you can. Out to the side. Externally rotate. Come around, knee towards armpit. And finally, the knees touch. Rewind, knee to armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate. Up to the ceiling. And down until finally the knees touch. Last rep, best rep. Heel to the ceiling. Out to the side. Externally rotate. Knee towards armpit. Finally, the knees touch. Straight elbows. Knee towards armpit. Out to the side. Internally rotate. Heel to the ceiling. And back down. All right, team. Feel free to share this with anyone you know who's feeling cooped up and needs a little movement love for their body. Again, it's really good to get the muscles contracting and expanding, contracting and relaxing is the word I wanted to say, so you help pump your lymphatic system. It's also good to get your circulation going. That helps you as well. And of course, it's always good to take your joints through their fullest rotational movement capabilities to make sure you're maintaining their healthy function. All right, this is Hannah from the Fitness Alchemists, signing off.